Hi everyone, this is George A, and I'm filming this special episode of Too Many Bones. This is a director's cut, how it could have ended boss fight. I'm filming this after finishing the real episode of fighting the boss, which sort of like was a bit strange because I was both lucky and unlucky in various ways. So I've already completed the setup exactly like the normal episode, which you should watch if you haven't already. But I'm gonna start by doing any dice rolling again, so we can see how things might have ended up differently if if we rolled a bit better or worse on if we didn't kill the 20-point body in the first round. And I think it's a bit of an interesting for me in terms of the strategies, like if maybe it worked out with these sort of roles, but maybe in a different world, it would have needed to use different strategies, and I think it's important to do that so you can learn. And also, hopefully, I'm filming this not that late, so I hope to make less strategic and rules mistakes, like getting dice confused or kind of like rolling disabled dice when I know that I can't disable anybody. That's this kind of stuff that I don't like to do. So I'm going to start by rolling the trap on the boss and the build die for Tink. Let's see what we get this time. Oh, I got another -2. So it says there's a 1 in 3 chance I'm getting that -2 to the boss. So, you know, what can you just do? This time I got a better build die for Ting. I'll be able to get the firearm as well as the iron horn. So far this is looking much better. And let's roll the initiative. If I roll high initiative, I should be able to roll the floor with the bodies in this how it should have ended. So 5, 4, and 3. Not bad. So so we know that the bookworm will be surprised, so will act after the gear locks. So boss goes here, and Ting will go after the boss. Maybe his duty will be to clear the orbs with his spot. Wait a minute. So we get Tantrum. And this guy's gonna go here. And let's place the gear locks. Now, I'm thinking to place Tantrum here just in case. Okay, let's place him here again. And the set the setup might be similar as we had previously, really. Uh, so Tantrum going for the boss and Ting maybe putting his bot here and the Wolverine here. But if we can't kill this guy, we might need to change the strategy, and luckily Gilly goes first. So everybody's got 6 health, so the Kobold will attack weakest, and we're gonna say it attacks Tundrum. And let's go. So it's 1 damage. So Tundrum will take 1, and he will uptake his rage die to 1.2. And then we'll have Gilly go. So Gilly now he has got an orb to deal with, and he's very happy about that. I mean, he's playing above the boss in initiative order, which is really beneficial for him. So what he will do again is roll 5 attack and the marked enemy. But this time we might not succeed on the marked enemy, so you might be interested. So okay, let's do that. I'll roll 4 attack the marked enemy and the Wolverine. I just want to get the Wolverine on the mat. It's going to be quite beneficial. Here we go. Alright, that's interesting already. So we have a change. So the marked enemy didn't work. So have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage, and we this time we do have the Wolverine on the map. It's got okay, 2 health, 1 dexterity cost. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll dealt the 5 damage. He's on 4 health, and I should be able to kill him with Tantrum, hopefully. And let's put the Wolverine here. And now it's Tantrum's turn. He's gonna move 1, 2. And he will roll 1, 2, 3, 4 attack and a defense. He's gonna take his rage die to 1.4, and I want to get ideally 4 damage. So the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we successfully killed this 20-point buddy again before he got to act, and that's why the skinning knife was quite important, and that's not there's not lag is was a tactic that I planned for, knowing that I would most likely face this enemy because it was the only 20-point body was uncovered. So what else will I do? I will use Axe Collector, down ticket from 3 to 2 to deal 1 damage to the boss. Let's remove these dice. I don't want them. Actually, I got this pawn. Let's place the pawn, and we'll remove this attack dice. Don't want them getting in the way and confusing me again. So now it's going to be the boss's turn. So the boss now has some attack dice. So he actually has 1 attack die, and he'll attack the 2 lowest. It's going to be the Wolverine and Tantrum. So he's going to roll his 2 defense, the special die, and 1 attack. And this first attack goes against Tantrum. Actually, he has to roll once per enemy. Okay, so Tantrum gets a limit, so it means I have to remove one of his abilities, one of his skill dice, and he's got 1 and 1. Oh, I think I'll do what I did previously and just put the -2 over here, so it's not in the way. So it has 1, 1. The orb goes here on range 4 position. 1, 2, 3, 4. And actually 3, because I've got this persistent effect. And he will also roll 1 against the Wolverine. And gets 1 damage. And now it's Stink's turn. So unfortunately it's a bit hard to reach the orb where he is. So he will, well, he could roll Destroying Axe. Might be a decent idea. The first thing he's gonna do definitely is deploy his bot, and this bot will be able to now get 3 attachments. I'll be able to get the air horn, the protor, and the firearm. That's really a big difference from the last playthrough. So I spent 1 dex for the bot to go. So the bot would start off 4 because of innate +1, and with 1 dex we're moving that to 5 battery. So 1 dex to charge, 1 to deploy, and he deploys here. Let's place him his health dice first. 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's total of 2 decks, 3 decks to move, and he will need to spend 1 battery to activate him actually. So 1, 2, 3. Then I'm rolling these 3 attachments. I'm trying to get rid of this kobold actually. Oh, okay. So the bad news is I automatically take 2 damage because I rolled 2 bones, and the orb will deal me some damage. 1, 2. But I will disable this buddy and do 2 auto damage on him, killing him because he's disabled. Hardy will not activate, so he's out of the map. And with I didn't roll Prodder, so I can actually move the bot. And now we also have 2 range damage from the firearm. I will do those 2 range damage on the orb, and that's how, you know, having the firearm makes it a lot easier for us now. And what I will also do is I'm gonna activate this so I can go. So put this guy out. I can go now and roll this 1 attack die, deal the damage to any unit on the battlemat, and I'm using it against the orb. And that's enough. So the orb is gone, so we no longer have to worry for now about rolling bones. And finally, this troll brood is gonna attack the bot, and he's got thick skin and careless, rolls 1 attack, 1 defense. Let's see what he gets. So he got 2 attack, so the bot is down to 4. Might need to try to heal it, and it's got 1 defense. So you can see already this is the end of the first round. It's already different than what we had in the first playthrough, and you know, it's just interesting mixing things up a bit. So we get to round 2, and we have 2 new enemies. So first of all, we get this Orc Scout that's gonna appear here. It's the only available melee position. 3. He will appear at the bottom of initiative. And then we also get this dragon, and it will appear on range 3, so right here. 4, 5, 3. What am I saying? And the first to act will be Gilly. And what I want to do is to do some damage on the boss, and maybe roll those bones because it might be handy now that I don't have a, you know, I don't have actually just before this happens, we get a turn with the Wolverine, and the Wolverine will go 2 and deal the damage on this unit. Should I do that? I'm just thinking. So ideally I want can take those 2 guys out, but then Ting will not be able to move up. No, you know what? I'm not gonna do it. I don't want to block Ting from being adjacent to his bot because I might need to heal the bot or do something else. So I'm gonna leave the Wolverine here for now, or here. I'll leave the Wolverine here, move it here, and don't do any damage. And now I've got 5 decks remaining because I have to sustain the Wolverine. I roll 1, 2 dice, and 2 attack and 1 defense against the boss with Gilly. Let's see what we get. Wow. So that's 4, 5, 6 bones, but I'll be using it just so now that I rolled all those 6 bones, I'm gonna use 5 immediately to do 5 damage. Oh, actually, it has to be on my target. So I'm not going to use this bone. I'm just gonna keep those 5 bones for now because I might want to do damage to somebody else later. So I did what I wanted. So what I wanted was to get rid of the defense on the boss and do 1 damage. So the boss is now here. Hmm. Let's go with this. I mean, the having the bones here gives us option for subsequent turns, so we can do a lot of stuff later. So this die is exhausted, and let's move this attack die up. And now we move on to Tantrum's turn. So Tantrum wants to kill those guys just to get them out of the way. And he will attack. Who is the weakest? I'm just gonna attack this dragon. No, I'm gonna attack this scout definitely because I should be able to kill him with execute. So I'm gonna attack the scout. I'm taking the 3 bones. So I'm gonna roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dice, 1 free defense from the back layer. I no longer have a skill die for defense. So what else? I've got 1 more die. I could roll disable, which I don't need. I could roll strengthen, or I can roll this poison. So it says it needs to be hit by an adjacent body, so it won't be active for the boss. But I might activate it for now, so I can use it against the boss later, potentially. Alternatively, I could do this. Let's roll this. So 5 attack, 1 defense, and this poison armor. So that's a lot of damage. I've got this poison armor and 2 defense, so this couldn't go any better. I've got everything I wanted, and those are enough to kill. I said I'm gonna be attacking him. And we'll use this bone to uptick rage to 1.8 and exhaust it to immediately defeat by executing this other body. So now we're clearing up the map so we can focus on the boss. And actually, since I'm here, I'm just going to down tick Axe Collector to do 1 more damage. I'm just thinking. I use Axe Collector twice against the boss, and I've got the damage from Gillis, so the boss should be actually on 6 health and not 5. So good that I caught that. I didn't do any other damage to somebody else, right? So I with Tantrum went here and killed this bookworm, just finished him off, and then I did an axe, which apparently I forgot to take out the health. So the boss should now be on 6 hit points. And now he gets swacked. He will attack the 2 lowest. This time is the 2 lowest. So bot has 4, the team has 4. So we'll be able to damage. So his targets will be the bot and the Wolverine. So this is excellent. So won't be able to use limit. So 2 defense, 1 attack, and 1 orb. And his first attack, let's say, is against the Wolverine. So this is the first time he does summon an orb. So let's have a look at this ability. Charmander. It's well played for the known Pokemon. Gendrix Fireball is the weakest Kobold body for 1 damage. Well, there's no Kobold bodies on the mat. That Kobold immediately moves adjacent to the closest opposing unit and deals 2 damage to it. So it actually does nothing. So, although we do have 4 defense. And this is a limit that would weaken this Wolverine, but doesn't do anything against the Wolverine. Now we roll against the bot, just 1 attack die, and does 1 damage to the bot. And we need to start healing this bot, otherwise you might have some problems. The good news is that now we have no orb, and we can focus on just dealing damage. So what I shall do is I'm moving 1 with Thing and I'm moving 1 with the bot. So that's 2 decks. And then I will roll 3 attachments and the stun die. Or do I need the 3 attachments? No, see, this is what I'm not gonna do. I'm gonna do differently than last time because I know I don't need the 3 attachments. I will roll a defense and the 2 attachments. So that's 2, and I remember to down tick the bot to 3 battery. Okay, so we're stunning this body. We got some bones on the on the Prodder, but there's no orb here, so I don't take any more damage. And I've got a bone that I can slot and 2 range damage. So these 2 range damage are gonna go to reduce this defense die from here. There's thick skin, so it doesn't take a second damage. But then the 2 auto damage will get rid of this armor from the boss. But then another thing I will do, should I do it? Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna use this bone for my bot mode. Heal an adjacent bot for 1 or exhaust attachment to attach any other learned attachment. So I'm thinking now, instead of healing, I would just get rid. I will exhaust the Airhorn because I don't need to disable anymore to get the alternator. I think that's a better long-term plan because it will charge battery and will allow me to heal the bot. I could use armor plating as well. It's almost the same, and will yeah. I think let's go with this. Did I forget anything? No, I think I'm right. I mean, I could use this, but there's probably no need to do that right now. And then this body is stunned. And at the end of the round, I will use this Rusty Optics, and I shall move Tink 3 initiative stops up. So 1, 2, 3. So Tink will act once more on round 3. So I'm not gonna move. I'm gonna down tick the bot to 2 battery, and I'm gonna roll these 3. So this dice exhausted. I'm gonna roll these 3 attachments and 3 defense. For a total of 6. Okay, I got a bone, 2 bones, a defense, 2 range damage, which lets me do 1 damage on this body. This Prodder rolled bones, but I've got the alternator. So the alternator lets me increase battery by 1 and also heals 1 to the bot. And the bot will do his 2 auto damage again to remove the defense from the boss. And now I could use I could heal the bot, but no need to do that now. I think I will keep the bones, but I will use this throwing axe because I want to do at least 1 damage on the boss now that I removed his defense. And that's 1, that's just what I needed, so the boss will be on 5 health. So Gilly's turn, and Gilly would roll 1. Okay, so first the Wolverine. That's actually very good. So at the start of the turn, the Wolverine will move 1, 2, and do a damage on the boss. So boss is on 4. Then Gilly has 5 dex remaining, so I'll roll 3 attack, 1 defense, and the multi-arrow. And I will attack this troll, hoping to use the multi-arrow to do some damage on the boss as well. So I've got 1 bone which I can't currently use. What I shall do is the following. Since I'm doing really well on the combat, I'm gonna use the 5 bones, so those 5 bones, and replace it by that to do 5 damage on my target, which is this enemy. It's a bit overkill, but there's no one else that can damage like that. And he remembers what he was harassed by this troll in the last game. And also I'm gonna use the multi-arrow to do 1 damage on the boss. So the boss is on 3 now. What else? I think we're fine. We've got defense up. There's, we've got the companions. So Tantrum will move up and roll 1, 2. Can't roll any defense. 3, 4, 5. We said because we moved 1, we've got 5 dice to roll. So let's try those 5. So we got a reusable bone. We got the -1. We completely crippled the boss now, so he can attack. And we do like 1 damage. And that's his turn. My only concern is that this will never activate now because the boss won't be able to damage us. So let's see, is he gonna summon the orb this time? So he rolled 2, and his targets will be the 2 weakest, which is again the Wolverine and the bot. And he rolled his orb. So the orb will go on range 3, but we got Tantrum here, so we're gonna actually instead put him on melee 3 position. And he has 3 defense. We're moving on to round 4. So the bot will have 1 battery down, going to 2 again. And how we're gonna do it? We're gonna move thing here. I'm just thinking what's the best way to deal damage on the boss and destroy the orb. Let's think about it. He's got 3 damage, he's got 3 health. We might be able to use the Prodder to hit him, but ideally we don't want to be adjacent. So we move thing 1, we'll move the bot 2, that's 3, and then I'll roll the 3 attachments. Yeah. Okay. So this is what I wanted. So first of all, the bot will heal 1, and he will gain 3 batteries. So you go up all the way to 5 from 2. Then he's gonna do his 2 auto damage on the orb, and he's gonna do another damage with Prodder. And by doing that, he can also move on his base, like pushes it and does the damage. So the orb is destroyed once more. And also can do the 2 range damage from the firearm, which will get rid of some of the armor from the boss. That's pretty good. And now we move on to Gilly. So boss is on 3 health. And Gilly will just let's use marked enemy. Why not? And loads and loads of attack dice. 4, 5. No, actually the Wolverine will just remove this defense. And now Gilly doesn't even need marked enemy. I'm going to roll his 4 attack. We'll roll 5 attack actually. 5 attack. Get the bone and do 1 damage to the boss. And now it's Tantrum, and you can see that, you know, the situation that the Gendrix is in. Serge seems right. He shouldn't be doing evil deeds and doing magic. Now, let's see if I roll all bones, he might survive. Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this is how it should have ended. Like with good rolls, the boss fight would have been in our sleeve, and it wouldn't be like so long and anticlimactic, and we keep being hurt by the orb and not be able to get Wolverine out and not being able to get some attachments with the bot. And now you can see how in a good set of roles throughout the game we'll manage to dominate the boss straight away with good strategy and tactics. Thank you for watching. I'll see you maybe on my next playthrough. I haven't decided yet when I'm gonna do it and what game I'm gonna play. But if you have a game that you like that I know how to play, just please comment on that, and I will take that into consideration. Thank you.